Start recording. Start recording. Start recording. Start recording. Start recording. I don't know if it's recording now.
No.
Start recording. Start recording.
Start recording.
Start recording. Thank you. Day 4.
Day 4. It was billed as the easiest day of the 14-week.
14 day. Don't say it's 14 weeks.
It's not.
That'll be bad.
All right, start again.
14 days. And
Start again?
No.
All right.
What are you talking about? I want to go to bed.
Right.
We're not starting again.
So,
it was flat. It was a flat one, wasn't it?
Lots of positives today.
Loads of positives.
Loads of good things.
I've had a lovely day.
I've had a lovely day, mate.
Well, when we saw the sunset together.
Yeah, it was beautiful. We were playing Coldplay and parachutes through our speaker on a bike. It was quite romantic.
Ben admitted he nearly hugged me.
It was amazing.
Would have probably thrown us off the bike.
And then there was one bit where the climax of the song culminated with us getting up at the top of this hill, and it got a bit emotional. But before that, we've had 3 brilliant pubs.
Oh wow! We started with the Hen Chicken, which is one of our favourite pubs in the world, because we've performed our comedy there upstairs in the comedy club.
Yeah.
And we've had some of our best performances there, best audiences.
Tom and Ben, thank you so much for coming by the Hen and Chicken today. Really special for us, most importantly because you are a part of what the Hen and Chicken does. You've done years and years worth of comedy shows up here, and it's so good to have you guys coming back, not just flying the flag for all pubs, but stopping by the Hen and Chicken where you've performed to fantastic audiences that really appreciate you. So best of luck and keep on going.
I'd love that as our local.
Yeah.
And it was a really good start today in a lovely part of Bristol. And then we had to zigzag our way out of Bristol. And once we got out of Bristol,
well, yeah,
we had an amazing ride to Salutation Inn, which is a great pub.
And also might be now one of our favourite pubs in the world.
And we had a lovely cheese and onion cob.
And a pie.
And a pie. We'll come to that. Back to that.
We'll come back to that.
And then we ended up at the Black Bear in Tewkesbury. Claims to be one of the oldest pubs in Britain.
No, we got that wrong.
Really?
I said that on live radio when we were interviewed in bed together this morning.
Yes.
But they didn't ever claim that. They claimed to be the oldest pub in Gloucester, which is less of a... Gloucestershire, yeah, the county of. In fact, no, he didn't say Gloucestershire. He just said Gloucester, which it kind of makes it less impressive a bit. But it dates back to 1308.
It's the olden days.
Yeah, before the Peasants' Revolt, which we discussed.
Yes.
Which started outside a pub. So 1300s. What's that? 13th, 14th century.
14th century. Yeah. You go for it.
Yeah, and that was good. And then we've ended up here in Worcester, and oh my goodness, we cycled in, and the sun was setting, and the bells started, didn't they?
I think they were doing it for us.
It was beautiful, really nice, and we've ended up in this pub.
The Ye Olde Talbot.
Ye Olde Talbot. That's the one. I'm so tired. I couldn't remember where we are.
But the thing that really captured today. Because we've been moaning about our bums and our legs, and it's all been about the bike. But why are we doing this journey? Why are we on this 2-week epic odyssey? And it's to save and celebrate pubs. And we both struggled to really articulate what it is about a pub that makes it such a special place to be.
We've touched on all those thoughts, haven't we?
Yeah, but no one
did it better.
Has just encapsulated why you should go to the pub and why they're so important. And Pete at Salutation Inn, who is such a wonderful fella.
I think he's now my favourite man in the pub industry. He's so articulate and just really got it. He really got everything about pubs that we love. And the pair of us have both found moments when we're not at our best mentally, and we all know
both of us have been through periods of the mental flip-flaps.
Yes, and we have we know people in our communities who use pubs because they need that social interaction. And one of the big things about losing pubs is that idea of loneliness and where do we go. And Pete just summed it all up.
And so we're going to end our day 4 roundup
with the words of Pete.
With Pete.
I'm not really sure exactly what it is that I want the government to do. There's a whole plethora of, say, levers that they could pull and things that they could do to help. I just think it's really important that they do. I think that my pub in particular, like a wet-led pub in a rural area where people are quite isolated, I think in an era of increasing loneliness, of a mental health epidemic, we're seeing, and particularly, mental health services being cut. We're also in an era of polarisation. I think that when people can come into a pub and talk to people and share their fears, share their anxieties, I've seen this like day in, day out, the importance of having a place where you can forge social bonds and social networks, real social networks, not online ones, and you can engage with people, talk to people. That's huge right now, and that's so important. So at the point where loneliness is the equivalent to killing, it has the equivalent negative impact on your health as smoking 14 cigarettes a day, at the point where depression and anxiety and mental health problems are costing the government billions of pounds in people not going to work on the economy, supporting your local pub, for the government to support pubs is a really good way of actually, it makes a lot of sense right now. Economically, yeah. And I think, and on the point about polarisation, one thing I realise, I'm fairly outspoken and political in my beliefs, and people say you shouldn't talk politics in a pub. I don't agree with that. I think it's absolutely the place we should be talking about these things. And what I found is, initially, there would be people that would disagree with me and I'd end up in an argument. And then actually what I realised was that when I talked to them about their point of view, I listened. And I started to understand where they were coming from. Now, I still don't agree with them, but I could understand where they were coming from. And I think in a world where we spend so much time online, just shouting at people, and because you can do that anonymously, you can be rude and horrendous from the safety of, behind your computer screen. Actually, when you get people together in a public space, face to face, you have to be polite, and you give them the courtesy of listening. And I think that's also something that's really crucial and that we're missing in society at the moment. So, yeah.
I mean, that is
wow.
That's the show right there, man.
What you could